In the crisp autumn of 2023, I, Ethan Caldwell, stood trembling with fury in my cozy mountain cabin in Willow Creek, Colorado, a place my grandfather left me, tucked away from the hustle of city life. It was a serene retreat, not part of any homeowners association, sitting on private land my grandpa bought in the 1950s. That morning, an email from Cynthia Hargrove, the self-appointed queen of the Willow Creek HOA, shattered my peace. She demanded I hand over my cabin for her daughter's wedding, expecting 100 guests to flood my property. The audacity was staggering. She even threatened a $10,000 fine and legal action if I didn't comply. My hands shook as I read her official decree, typed in Comic Sans, complete with a fake HOA seal and labeled Directive 666. This woman genuinely believed she could claim my family's legacy. When she showed up at my gate with a crowbar, I knew this was no jokey, it was war. Cynthia had been a menace since she seized control of the HOA 3 years prior, ruling our 50-home community like a tyrant. Neighbors whispered about her invented rules and petty violation notices, but I'd stayed out of her crosshairs since my cabin wasn't under her jurisdiction. That changed at 8 a.m. when her email hit my inbox. The sheer nerve of it demanding I vacate my home for her daughter's wedding left me speechless. I read it 3 times, each pass fueling my rage. The document was a farce, filled with legal gibberish, but her threatening tone was deadly serious. I screenshot everything, sensing this was about to spiral into chaos. By 9 a.m., I dug into Cynthia's digital trail. A quick Google search for Caldwell Cabin Wedding revealed a slick website, willowcreekvenue.com, showcasing my cabin as a premium wedding venue, complete with photos swiped from old real estate listings. She was charging $300 per guest, with a booking calendar packed for 6 months. Fake reviews obviously written by Cynthia under aliases like Linda H. and Cynthia M. praised the exclusive mountain retreat. This wasn't just a one-off scam. She was running a full-blown illegal operation. My lawyer, Daniel, confirmed it. She's committed felonies before her morning coffee. Save everything. At 10 a.m., Cynthia rolled up in a white SUV with 3 teenagers she called her compliance team. They looked mortified, clearly roped into her scheme. Dressed in a business suit, clutching a clipboard, she announced, "Mr. Caldwell, I'm here to discuss venue transition for tomorrow's event." I laughed in disbelief. "Cynthia, this is my property. It's not part of your HOA. I have the deeds to prove it." Her face twisted with rage. Per HOA regulations, all mountain properties fall under my authority for special events. I couldn't help but scoff. She started recording me, declaring she was documenting my noncompliance. Perfect, she was handing me more evidence. When I asked the teens about their pay, one blurted out, $15 an hour, right? Cynthia stammered, admitting she offered $20 total for the day. The kids, realizing they were being exploited for her illegal stunt, walked off, leaving her alone in my driveway. By 2 p.m., I was at the county courthouse, filing an emergency restraining order. The clerk's eyes widened at the evidence: fake emails, the fraudulent website, and photos of Cynthia trespassing. The judge granted the order within an hour, banning her from coming within 100 feet of my property. A process server, disguised as a pizza delivery guy, served her the papers. Cynthia tore them up on camera, screaming, "I don't accept this," as if that nullified the law. The server calmly noted the court kept the originals. Her tantrum was pointless. At 5 p.m., my security cameras caught Cynthia setting up camp exactly 101 feet from my gate, measuring the distance with a tape measure to skirt the restraining order. She called it her Liberation Base, complete with a military-grade tent, a generator, a DJ booth, and a porta-potty. A banner screamed, "Cynthia's rightful cabin stolen by Ethan." She live-streamed her reclamation, but the comments mocked her relentlessly. My neighbor, Mrs. Evelyn Harper, called to warn me. 3 trucks were heading my way. Cynthia's megaphone blared. Phase 1 complete. How many phases did this lunatic have? By 6 p.m., I confirmed my secret weapon with Sheriff Larson, a biodegradable glitter formula my grandfather had registered with the county, safe as baby shampoo, but humiliatingly sticky. The sheriff chuckled, "I'll be watching with popcorn." At 7 p.m., 30 confused wedding guests arrived for a rehearsal dinner, only to find Cynthia's ramshackle camp. She shouted, Dinners bring your own food due to budget issues from Ethan's theft. Guests started Googling and realized they'd been scammed. Cynthia's daughter, Lily, and her fiancé, Ryan, arrived, mortified. Lily begged, "Mom, stop this madness." Ryan held up his phone, revealing an Amazon receipt for the engagement ring Cynthia bought. The crowd gasped the wedding was a complete fabrication. At 8 p.m., I issued a warning via loudspeaker. Sprinklers activate in 15 minutes with eco-friendly lawn treatment. Evacuate now. Cynthia screamed, "Lies. Hold your ground." But smarter guests fled. At 8:15, Cynthia charged my gate with a crowbar, shrieking, "I'm coming in." I sprinted out, yelling, "You want this gate shut?" Slime. My 200-kilogram steel gate slammed shut with a thunderous clang, locked with 5 padlocks. Her crowbar bent against it. Then, Operation Glitter unleashed. Sprinklers sprayed glitter and adhesive, turning her camp into a sparkling disaster. Her DJ equipment sparked, stuck on Let It Go. The porta-potty tipped over, and Cynthia emerged, blue and glittering like a deranged avatar. She tripped into a glitter pile, then the porta-potty. As a news crew I'd tipped off captured it all. The viral image of Glitter Cynthia was born. By 10 p.m., Sheriff Larson arrived. "Ma'am, you're sparkling," he deadpanned. Cynthia demanded my arrest for glitter assault, but he countered, "I approved it. Where's your camping permit?" She had none. He ordered her to pack up or face arrest for trespassing, fraud, and violating the restraining order. At 11 p.m., Lily found Cynthia's notebook, flipping to page 300. Her face paled. "It's a deed from 1987, signed by Grandpa Walter, selling this cabin to Mom." Doubt crept in. Was it real? The next day, 40 angry scam victims protested outside, demanding refunds. Evelyn, a part-time lawyer, took charge. "This isn't her cabin. She's been targeting the wrong property for a decade." Lily grabbed the megaphone. "There's no wedding. Mom made it all up." Ryan showed the fake ring receipt. I invited the crowd in, serving coffee and screening a documentary of Cynthia's 10-year harassment campaign, from trespassing in 2013 to her fake website in 2023. The crowd was riveted. Brad, Cynthia's ex-husband, called via speakerphone. "I proposed in Maui, not here. I've got photos, videos, and 50 witnesses." Cynthia screamed, "Liar," but his evidence-filmed photos, receipts was undeniable. Sheriff Larson returned, arresting her for wire fraud, $30,000 stolen, trespassing, and more. She declared herself a sovereign citizen of Glitterland, earning laughs. In court, Cynthia, still sparkling, pleaded emotional ownership. The judge scoffed. "Not a legal concept. My evidence, Grandpa's 200-page file, videos, and Cynthia's notebook detailing plans from seduction to arson sealed her fate." Lily testified about her mother's delusional disorder, playing therapy recordings of Cynthia, rejecting help. The verdict, guilty. 3 years probation, $40,000 restitution, mandatory therapy, a 500-foot restraining order, and 1,000 hours of community service. The judge noted the permanent glitter in her skin, a reminder of your actions. 6 months later, Cynthia, now Glitter Cynthia, online, was unemployable. I hired her as a bathroom attendant at my new restaurant, Caldwell's Mountain Bistro, with a name tag reading, "Hi, I'm Glitter Cynthia." Customers snapped selfies, fascinated by her sparkling nose. Her sabotage attempts, glitter in soap dispensers, clogged toilets backfired hilariously, with her getting stuck in a stall, live-streamed by patrons. Therapy began cracking her delusions, though she still clung to emotional ownership. At the restaurant's Glittergate anniversary, a documentary crew filmed Cynthia. Brad appeared via video from Maui, showing irrefutable proof of his beach proposal. Evelyn displayed photos proving Cynthia mistook my cabin for the demolished Henderson cabin. Cynthia collapsed, sobbing, 10 years, all for nothing. I handed her Grandpa's letter, forgiving her and urging growth. The crowd, expecting to mock her, offered compassion. Cynthia admitted, "I need help," and began therapy earnestly. 5 years later, my restaurant chain thrived, and I turned the cabin into the Caldwell Museum of Obsession, educating about delusion and mental health. Cynthia, now head bathroom attendant, led tours, polishing the legendary gate daily. Her nose glitter, studied by researchers, became her badge of redemption. She donated photo fees to mental health causes. Lily became a renowned therapist. Her book, My Mom, was the Glitter Queen, a bestseller. Brad visited, and they reconciled, glitter transferring symbolically. 10 years on, Cynthia, 63, taught classes on overcoming obsession. Sitting 501 feet apart by the lake, she laughed, "I don't even like cabins anymore." The glitter sparkled, a permanent lesson. But questions linger. Was that 1987 deed real? Why did Brad secretly rebuild the Henderson cabin? What's in those documents he held? Comment below. What's the wildest scam you've encountered? Could Cynthia's deed be legit, or is it another delusion? Like, subscribe, and let's unravel this mystery together.